Then she broke my heart into a million pieces. Like, I've never been that devastated before.
Shut up. You think it looks small? All right, welcome to week 4. It might be week 5, I'm not sure. Sorry I missed last week. You know, that's kind of I just didn't do it. Right? Not much went on. I had a lot of stuff going on, so I just didn't do it. So, my bad. So, we're back on it this week, though. So, topic this week, we have a lot to do this week again. It's a very big week. I have a lot today, actually, going on. But first thing I want to cover today is, I have my tester program plan. Stupid. Not stupid, but, my approach to it was, complete failure. So we had to evaluate how I was going to go about it. Cold call plan wasn't really working because the biggest issue is you cold call gyms. No, almost 90% of the time the owner's not there, and talking to a receptionist. And I tried calling all different hours of the day. Same result almost every single time because no gym has the same hours the owners are in. So it was kind of tough. And you leave messages, but the issue is if I leave a message or leave a follow-up email, how many messages do they get a day? How many emails do they get a day? It's very easy to get kind of forgotten. So we have reworked the plan, and we are doing now gym door-to-door sales. So what do I mean by gym door-to-door sales, right? I know there's a big stereotype door-to-door salesman, and there's a whole trend everyone's selling pest control or solar panels, that kind of stuff. Not doing that. So pretty much you look at a gym, they almost always are going to have some form of in-person selling, right? And so you have you look at a gym, if you have energy drinks and protein bars, there's a good shot someone came to their gym, they had a pallet of energy drinks, a thing of protein bars, and they're try this out. If you want to carry it, then we'll carry it. Boom, great. So I was I could do something similar. So if I have FitNext and I get a physical hard pamphlet, maybe something else to go along with that, and I just straight up just drive to gym. So I'll plot a whole plan, which I'll talk about in a minute. We'll plot a whole plan, drive around Pittsburgh, and just hit up all the gyms. And if they're not there, okay, no big deal. The owner's not there. But I can leave a physical pamphlet. That's a hard card stock, very quality looking, that kind of stuff. That really has all the information, right? And maybe they don't reach out to me, right? But I can. But the thing is, a physical item is much more likely to get looked at than the emails that are getting lost, right? So, and then if I do talk to an owner in person, the conversion rate's a lot higher. Now, it's just gonna be. I'm a little scared of that because I'm not a big I'm a little nervous, right? Because I've never done that kind of confrontation before, I guess. But we're gonna figure it out. I honestly think this will be pretty effective. So, pretty much what's next is I gotta go plot a plan, and we're gonna drive around Pittsburgh. Probably take a couple days. I'll do 25 to 50. See how that goes. And again, we only need 10 gyms to get all the tester programs in. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun, and we're gonna see how it goes. You Logan?
Yeah. His name's Logan. He's outside the gym.
He's gonna help me work out?
Oh, he's gonna give you something to help out. I think I know someone that can help.
Your mom?
No.
You sure not your mom?
There's a guy. What the fuck are you doing?
Hurry up. Come on. I thought you were gonna give me steroid. This is so much better.
It's so much better.
Big day today too, a lot of stuff to get done. First thing on the agenda is we're going to a gym today. Here's some pictures. So purpose of this meeting is we're gonna do a little tour and see if it's gonna be the right person where we can do all the video shots for the big FitNext campaign we have coming out. So like I said, we have a lot of professional videos to make, a lot of professional photo shoots, gotta get some models and stuff like that. It's gonna be a whole big thing. So, but securing the location, super important because a good location is gonna kind of determine the vibe of everything. So we're gonna go with these people, take a tour of the gym, see if it fits, and it looks pretty good online, but I'm praying that they don't want to charge me any money, and the incentive of we'll just film some B-roll shots of your gym, some logo shots is gonna be enough. Because I tell you, I am fresh out of money. I have no more money left. I am past my budget, so I don't even know how I'm gonna pay for some other stuff. So we're kind of in another issue of out of money again. So we're gonna figure it out. So yeah, no money, gym incentive. Fuck. Okay. All right, we're here. That's the gym. You can't. That's it right there. Forgot to film it, but it's a yes. So we got the gym. It's gonna be sick. Here's some pictures of the gym. Yes. All right, everybody. We are yet again very much screwed. We are in a rough financial position. I have to pay a lot of money for a lot of different things. There's some new tester issues that came up. We gotta do some testing, so I gotta pay someone to test stuff. There's some issues with the speed of development that's kind of hurting us a bit. There is biggest thing is a bunch of merch issues. So we have a big media shoot, and I don't have any money to pay for the merchandise and whatever other costs come up. So we're in a rough spot, and really I'm having trouble finding a way out of this one, but like I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm just gonna lock in, and we're gonna get it done. So I'll update you next week when I figure that out. But yeah, so I think this ties very well into our next section. All right, for this next section, I want to talk about my mentality. So, doing all this stuff is like it can be really hard, and there's so many ups and downs of like, and these waves of like excitement and then disappointment and stress and constant stress and like how to deal with that stress. And 'cause it's inevitable. I don't care how strong you are, you're gonna get stressed out. You're gonna freak out a little bit. You're gonna get sad. You're gonna get disappointed, and it's gonna happen. And you got to keep pushing through it. So like, kind of how I'm able to like get through that. So I think the biggest thing that's been helping me out is like I think it's really easy to fall into a victim mentality, and I think victim mentality is also like can be like it's not as extreme as you might think it, not as extreme as you might think it is, and because I feel like when you watch it online, you think victim mentality is someone who's like, oh my life's so hard, it's so difficult, right? That's what you think it is, but like even if you're like a driven person, you can still fall into some elements of a victim mentality. So it's like let's say like I am trying to do something, I'm trying to do these sales, and I'm trying to promote my business, and it's just not working. And I see online people succeeding at this where I'm failing, and it's so easy to be like, this must just not be for me, right? I'm not built to do this, and or like they get to do it so easy, and I can't do this. And I think and having that mentality where it's like you tell yourself you can't do it, and it's so hard for you, and you kind of just keep thinking that same negative thing over and over again. That's kind of a victim mentality element, and I fell into that completely, and it kind of consumed me, and I get so stressed out over everything, and it was so hard to like even think. And when I started to think more of like, I think Lightning McQueen's a great example when he says like, I just didn't think I couldn't do it, and I always like in the back of my mind at least, I always have this thing in my head where it's like, I know everything's kind of crappy now, but I'm pretty sure eventually I'll figure it out. And I started really focusing on that and the actionable steps that I can take. So if I have this mentality of like, I don't care how hard it is, I know it's gonna suck. I don't care how slow it is for me when it's fast for other people. I don't care how many times I fail. I know in the long run I'm gonna make this work because I refuse to not make it work. And I'm gonna figure out whatever I can. So with that, I have that goal in mind and I shut my brain off. And I think, what are the actionable steps? Like, what's next? What can I do to push me there? Be like, okay, I failed right now. What are the steps that I can do to keep me going? What's next, right? And I'm in this like action state where it's like I'm just gonna hunt down this goal because I know I can do it and I believe in myself and I'm gonna get there. And I put all my faith in the God, and I like trust that everything's gonna work out, and I just keep pushing it. And so when I have these big moments where it's like, what am I gonna do? I know I'm gonna figure it out because I've proven it to myself over and over again that regardless of the situation, I will figure it out and I will push that needle forward because I'm going to do that. So even right now, I don't know how I'm going to figure out the situation that I'm in,